Hello everyone, welcome back to more chess, playing against Trickster 1412. King pawn opening, I think we're usually happy with this. I don't know, I think wasn't it like this first was better? I don't know. I'm okay doing this though, I think. Knight instead? No, let's just go knight instead. Knight here, threatening this, if they take. I don't think I really want to move a knight twice. Yeah, maybe that's... Oh, that's why you don't want to do this. It blocks in the knight. This would be fine though. But it blocks in the bishop. Okay, let's just develop a knight. This is undefended. So is this. Wait a minute. Why didn't I just take it? That's why you're supposed to do this analysis before your turn, not after. I guess I'm declining whatever gambit this was. Anyway, so we still want to pay more attention to undefended pieces. For example, on this very previous turn, that would have been a good thing to do. Bishop here threatens to take away the defender of this pawn, but I think they would need to work on defending it, don't they? Here, I don't know. They could like develop. It gets hard to hang on to, I think. I think it's like that's why it's not such a great idea. Like, is this the King's Gambit? Is that what this is? I'm not sure. But this pawn is still a little hard to hang on to. Unless you want to make another pawn move, you have to get your queen involved, which is a little bit early for that. You'd have to be queen to one of these spaces. This one I don't think would be good because of knight here. So it'd have to be like queen there, which is pretty vulnerable, I feel like. Okay. Well, now I'll go for it. I don't know. Whatever was happening, it seems a little bit weird. Um, Bishop develop? Defends the pawn. This is not yet a concern because I have the space double defended. Could also do this, pinning the pawn at some point, but you'd want to develop the bishop first. Yeah, this seems like a good start. Oh, also it's attacked. I didn't even notice that. Whoops, I'm really like losing it on the undefended piece thing. Maybe played too many chess games today to be actually focusing on deliberate practice. I found the right move accidentally, I think. But I should be finding it through like means that make sense, that are exactly what I was trying to do. We have this check, currently guarded by the knight, but it's a resource to keep in mind for later. I probably want to develop the knight, right? Like, what is this guy up to? I don't know. Undefended pieces are just the rooks right now. And my opponent's rooks as well, of course. Here allows this, but we can take... I don't actually want to allow this, do I? Because I have to either take with knight, losing this pawn. But then it's an even trade, right? I think it's fine. Let's just get the knight out there. But I'm so scared that, like, this will be a more important, powerful tactic later if this gets more supported, right? Say here, and then, I don't know, queen here or something. Is that a problem? I guess not. Yeah, it is. It would be a problem. I don't want to do that. This is a space I'd love to work on. if I could. I don't see a good way to do that. My bishop can get there, but he's busy right now. I just want to get my king off of this file. I think I'm going to develop a knight here, even though it's a pretty crummy spot for a knight. This spot is just too dangerous right now. I don't know. It's a good file eventually for a rook, and in that case, if I can actually get a rook here, I'll be sad my knight's in the way. But I'm just like, I don't know, this makes me uncomfortable. And I don't know what we're doing with this bishop. I guess we're, like, putting him here. This bishop is kind of tied down in an awkward way. So that's what I think this opening gambit has achieved for the opponent. Okay. Well, I'm happy to put a knight here, I think. Right? They're threatening to take my bishop, removing the defender of this pawn, and then win the pawn. I can try this to hang on to it. I lose the bishop for knight in that case, but it helps develop my queen. Because I can do that with check if I want. Yeah, let's just go in for that. Undefended pieces. This rook. This rook. These rooks. Okay. So I now have this if I want it. Do I? I think it just invites their bishop to also develop, and then my queen is somewhat uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't think she wants to be out there right now. This is kind of cute, though, because now if takes, it's actually defended by my queen in a roundabout way. Yeah, this gives me a chance to get these pawns, like, to do something a little bit more productive. And it gives my queen a much safer spot to hang out in, a much more productive spot to be after she develops. I also like really want to look into getting castled. I've only just now noticed that my king is wide open again. Hang on. Let's just, before we instinctively do this, is there something else I should do? I could block with either knight. But I think I love this. If they take, I have this. If they don't take, I have a queen trade, which is fine. When I'm up a pawn. It's not a great pawn, but it's okay. So something else they can do to hurt me if I go here. This doesn't really do anything, I don't think. Here, I guess. But then, no, I have that space well covered. Okay, I think this is fine. Okay, and we take with this pawn to get it back to being connected and not isolated. It loses this file, but that's okay. It improves the pawn. I'm happy enough with that. I think I just castle to get out of that. If you want to trade there, I'm okay with it, but I don't want you doing this. I don't know. It would be fine. I could take here. Undefended pieces. This bishop. these rooks. This pawn. This pawn is still a source of tension. This knight is stuck to it. I guess we just chase the bishop and improve some pawns. If they try to maintain the pin, I'm happy enough with this to give my bishop space to grow. Okay, they don't do that, though. Do I want to do this anyway? No, my knight is under fire, and he's important. He's hanging on to this for me. Launch the f-pawn? I think so. It gives the knight this square, I guess. Which I don't much like. I could try this, but takes. In the end, I lose the pawn. But I get this. Push. Takes immediately, let's say. White resigned. That's a little weird. So what am I supposed to do on this move? Just like before we go look at the analysis board. I like this idea. I'm just not sure if it worked. So there's kind of like several things they can do. They could take here first, which... I don't know. I guess I would take with this one because he's about to get snipped anyway. And then if takes, I go here, and in the end we're equal material, but I'm dropping this pawn, but I have a file. I don't know. Whereas if this, I don't see any immediate weakness with that. Except that this is now available, and I don't want a knight so close to my king. And attacking this pawn. You can also just ignore the threat of losing a pawn and just rook here. Like, come at me, bro. I don't know. I think they can keep you from opening this file if you commit that heavily, right? Here. Ah! This whole idea of bishop takes to remove the defender doesn't work because I have this. Unleashing the rook to defend the pawn. That's why you don't move the rook. And also, I think, why you don't push this pawn. So this would be a better idea, I think. Let's look at that in the analysis board. What happens here? It should be e5 is my move. Look at that. Finally puzzled it out. Apparently lots of moves are fine. F6 is a surprise to me. Why on earth is that good? But okay, I like this. And indeed, they decide to try and deny me the file, which makes sense. Oh, we have this as a threat. That's kind of nice. It's not defended yet, but soon. Okay, well, let's ask the computer. Just like overall how we did. Maybe we'll go do a couple puzzles after this one rather than get into a whole game. Pretty back and forth affair. I had this blunder here. Doesn't like bishop there, huh? What is being threatened by this? Or is it saying attack the king first? They can do this to block, which I don't think they're sad to do, or this. Likewise, perfectly happy to do that, I think. I don't know, that doubles pawns. Maybe you'd prefer this. That isolates this pawn. But no, it's not that. Um, okay, so let's look at what d3 did. It added support to this pawn and this square, but it weakened these squares. In particular, this one is no longer defended by a pawn. Okay. Is there something I can do about that eventually? Maybe it just wants me to start swarming pieces in. This doesn't work now because of the knight. But if I go here first, maybe the idea is to like, but like then they just take my pawn. This does, well, this does sort of work. Because it's defended by the queen? Wow. I was scared to launch a g-pawn that quickly. And then I guess if they play h4, you play h6? No. You just say, all right, I'm establishing a pawn duo right here in your house. Oh my god. And this pawn is still vulnerable, but apparently there's some like reason that that's not a problem. Jeez. I'm shocked by these suggestions. And why not this? He wants to develop here first to do what? Open up the e-file? It says, yeah, grab the pawn. Okay, suppose trades. Bring the queen in. We could take it, but you shouldn't? I don't know. This is all a mystery. I don't like this line. Apparently it's fine. Oh, I didn't. Wait, I said too far back. Okay. So you're supposed to do this, but I developed my bishop. Is there some reason that's bad? Ah, the bishop's just not a stable enough defender. I see. This attacks the bishop in a way that I can't just, like, capture and be done with. I see. That's why you're supposed to go in with the pawn. Okay. I went here to develop something without blocking this. We could have this, I guess? I don't know if I want to invite that into my life. Is it just this again? No. No, right, this drops the pawn. That's why we don't do this. Is it just saying, like, this? There's nothing wrong with this space? It looked bad to me. Because this might become a vulnerability in the future. And I might want to move the f-pawn, but apparently it's fine. And this is bad. Why? I was just thinking, like, we could develop another defender of this guy. I don't know. Anyway. So those were my mistakes. But it was overall a pretty close game. I was up a pawn the whole time, and it was just about, like, can we hang on to it? Did this move didn't actually happen in the game, right? This was before the... No. I'm confused. I thought this hadn't happened until... I don't really understand. Alright, whatever. Okay, let's do a couple puzzles. I don't really want to try to squeeze two 15-10 games into a single episode, even if one of them was fairly short. So, queen here. What's going on in the position? I'm white. Undefended pieces? These guys? This guy? How about for the opponent? The bishop. And this pawn. I mean, this obviously looks promising. It's just a straightforward fork. Is there some reason that it doesn't work? Something I have to attend to first? They have some pretty forcing moves like this. So I think what we have to do is chase the knight away first, which comes with tempo. And then go in for this. So if we do that, though, I think they actually should just sack the knight and move the queen. No, why not? So I just grabbed this now, right? There's not any impending threats. Okay, so why then not try to move the queen or even the bishop? They're all pretty close, I guess. Queen here with check. You defend. I don't know. This seems a lot better for black to me. Apparently it's not. Not that I think black is winning, but much better than the actual response in the puzzle of moving the knight. Because you don't get to win a bishop and then also win a queen or a... I guess the exchange is what you would win. So I guess maybe that's the point, is the queen is never really the piece in danger here. No matter what you do, you're not going to lose the queen. Because once I take here, you move the queen, right? So in that case, why not say move the bishop to defend the forking square? We get this. And say you try really hard to hang on to this. I mean, apparently this. Yeah. Now you kind of have to move. The knight is watching this square. Oh, the bishop, more importantly. The knight is busy with the fork. But it actually says, having opened all this up, just go over here? I don't know. Kind of weird. I think the puzzle from white's perspective is fine, but I don't really understand why black should play the way that they apparently should. You just took my bishop. How rude. Oh, there's got to be something juicy up here, right? Look at this. Rook check. Forces king here. And then we have a discovery with the knight on square of your choosing. Doesn't even matter which square. It's just like, well, it's not checkmate. The rook blocks, right? Here, here. Let's say here to attack the bishop, maybe? Boy, they're threatening mate in one. That's pretty scary. I don't know if I see a conclusion that actually leads to checkmate, which is pretty important when they're threatening this. Here, here. Here? That's cool. Look at that. Now the only way to block, or the only way to escape, is still rook blocks. But now the rook is guarded by the knight, and you can just swoop in and take it. Checkmate. No. Bad. Why? What? Is there some move that's a faster checkmate? Oh, maybe this is safer? It accomplishes a similar purpose? No. Why? I mean, I guess attack... No? Oh! Yes, I see. This is made in one. Right, the rook is guarded by the knight. Okay. But it would work, right? This is like made in... No? Pawn can block. I missed this. I see. Okay, that's why that is so much better than my line. This rook's undefended. So is this bishop, but my pawn is pinned. There's ideas of discovery like this, but rook takes with check is kind of a problem. The queen is undefended too. Did I say that already? Their queen. There's some weird ideas like this. We lose a queen for a bishop and a rook, which is generally speaking a bad trade, but there might be some reason it's a good trade here. The bishop and the rook are extremely problematic at the moment, and the queen is meh. But I don't think that's a powerful enough improvement to be a puzzle, usually. There's stuff like this attacking the knight, but I don't think there's really enough to justify it. Yeah, not with the rook here. Just a king move? Surely that can't be right. Can it? The bishop could run away. And then we haven't really accomplished much. Hmm. What about, I mean, this also unveils this, which I don't see doing anything much at the moment. Huh. Okay, let's try to eliminate things logically. Can it be a move with this rook? I don't think so. We just drop the bishop for no obvious reason. This pawn accomplishes nothing. This bishop looks cool, but I can't make it work. Because it drops the rook. Maybe I should look closer. Is there some way to make this work? Takes. Takes. So far, I'm down the exchange and in check. We could do this. Now I'm down the exchange and not in check. They could trade rooks if they want, and then the queen gets out of the way. Or, better still, just captures the bishop. So that just, like, I don't see how that can possibly be right. And none of the other squares the bishop can go to look at all promising. This bishop has no legal moves. Likewise, this pawn. I don't think this is any good. This, sort of promising, even though I don't see where it's going. Rook move? I don't think so. King move. Well, it's the only one I don't know. Chases. Oh! Maybe this is something. Because that chases the bishop away, which is, like, fine. But more importantly, it means that I don't lose this rook with check anymore in this line. If here bishop retreats to, say, there. Now I go in for this sack. And they can't just capture my rook anymore because I get the queen. And if they take the bishop, then I get the rook. So I think here, 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 they have to move the queen in a way that defends the rook. And I get this rook instead. Wow, okay. So it is this king move. No! Oh, come on, it's so good! Like, there's stuff like this, but it doesn't really work. Or, not that, but this. I like that so much. Huh. Attack the rook. It's saying give up the bishop already. But why not here? Oh, we get the pawn, the bishop, I see. So it's saying trade rooks, and at least this way you get a pawn for your bishop. But so what's wrong with my idea? Apparently something. Oh, I guess the queen can come check me here? Or you just take this first? And then queen checks. Ah! Yeah, so the queen check is a problem, but I have a bishop defending it. And so they sack the rook first to let the queen come into the action. That's why you can't put the king here. I see. Yeah, I should have realized that this rook is in some danger. And I mean, he's not dead. It's just like if I can deflect him at all, he won't be defending. He won't be pinning this pawn anymore, and the bishop falls. So, but why not like here? I guess I have this. Oh no, just pick up the bishop. I see. So this attacks the rook and discovers a second attacker on the bishop at the same time. Well, discovers two attackers on the bishop, kind of. One if the rook stays around, but then that's enough. So here, yeah, okay, interesting. Tough puzzle, I think, but I'm in favor. Yeah, definitely getting a little tired. Probably no more chess after this video today. Let's do a puzzle storm though. Try to do the tactics a little more quickly instead of slowly. Here seems good. Is that something? Oh yeah, we win the. Yeah, we win the rook. Win the queen. This looks like a useful check. There must have been a bishop guarding or something. I didn't even see it. This looks good. Okay. Thought there would be something better than just winning a couple pawns. Check and pick up the rook. Check. Mate. This is check. Is that good enough? Or am I supposed to do this? I think I want to do that. Nope. Check and pick up the queen. Checkmate. Checkmate. I've seen that a few times now. Fork. Come on, pick up the bishop. There you go. We have this check. I see. And then mate. Check? No, it was. Oh, pick up the rook, of course. Check. Get the queen. Oh boy, this is scary. Check? Okay, not sure why that was the answer. That's one problem with Puzzle Rush is the puzzles are easy enough that you just kind of go for some pattern recognition and it's not clear that they're right. Anyway, grab the bishop. This picks up a bishop, but we lose the queen to a rook. So check and pick up the queen instead. Yeah, okay. Check? And that's not even a check. This is a check. Oh, it's a checkmate. Okay. Check. And then... Oh, okay. That's not what I expected him to do. Checkmate. Check. Oh, I guess I should play more quickly. Honestly, that wasn't too bad. It felt like I was going pretty slowly, but 20 is all right. So what about this? Let's just open them all in tabs. Okay. So here, I tried this. No good. I guess I'm supposed to take here. It just seemed like there should be something against the king, but this wins a rook, and I guess that's good enough for a low-rated puzzle. And then here, did I... Oh, right, yeah, win the rook. Which is also checkmate, by the way. Yeah. That's sort of important. Okay, one more. Here we go. Play again. I'm black. In the first puzzle, you get time to think it through. So here, forces this, and then we win the rook. Checkmate. Check and win the queen. Check. Mate. Check and win the bishop. Yeah. This is scary. Oh my god. What? Oh no, I see. I'm defending with my bishop. Check? Does this do something? Not much, I guess, right? Apparently it's right. We can attack this? What does that do? Ah, we get the bishop. Check. Mate. Check. Mate. Checkmate. Hang on. There's a queen here. I was promised checkmate. Ah! Deflect the king, win the queen. Check and pick up the rook, I think? Win the knight. Checkmate. Fork these guys. Push through. Is this check any good? I don't think so. Ah, this attacks the queen, though. This one's much better. The pawn is pinned when I do this, and I get the queen. Check, the king is pinned, and then we trap him. What's going on here? I don't see anything. This knight is a threat. None of this stuff does much, I don't think. What the hell? Here? I don't see anything. Ah, this. Check and pick up the knight. Queen. Okay, yeah. No? I was supposed to pick up the queen, not the rook, you dummy. Check. Mate. Ah, there's mate in one, moving the rook to the back rank. Okay, so I did that one a little more slowly, and then missed one, but I think it was... Yeah. Pick up the queen and then get the rook. Okay. What is... Oh, slow puzzles. Ones you took too long on. That's cool. So this one took me forever to notice the queen check. And then after seeing that, it's clear that, okay, you win the knight. This one? Right, I didn't notice the pin. Here... I somehow missed that there's just a check available? It's like mate in one? Well, two. Oh, no, I did that and then they blocked and I didn't notice the deflection very soon, right? Here, I'm like looking at this and I don't even remember how to solve it. Ah, right. Discover an attack against this bishop with check. The undefended piece, by the way. Yeah, and then this one I kind of thought the pawn and the bishop were defending each other, but of course they're not. the pawn is threatening to push. It's moving this way. That was why it took me so long to spot that the bishop was defending. I just didn't realize it was even legal to take the bishop. Okay, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.